If you were to type out virtual training or e-learning on your search bar this very moment, immense information pops up, which may initially seem overwhelming or even daunting. Virtual is a word that we'd hear more often, more so since the majority of us are under house arrest due to a virus. It's becoming more and more of a norm. However, doesn't this make you wonder where it began and where it's headed now? It is astonishing how far back the history of virtual training dates. We're talking back to the 1800s. In the year 1892, the University of Chicago established distance learning on a college level and had used the US Postal Service for course correspondence. Later progressed to doing live shows on the radio in 1921 and televised broadcasts in 1963. The 60s brought about a massive surge in distance learning with linked computer terminals, where students gained access to course materials and recorded lectures, which later advanced into Plato, an abbreviation for Programmed Logic for Automatic Teaching, and created numerous concepts of social networking that we perceive today. The reality is that countless businesses and industries felt the impact of COVID-19. Some businesses were so devastated that they were almost immediately wiped out overnight, including companies that have been around longer than one can remember. However, some learned to adapt and move with the wave rather than drown. Employees start working from home. With it came a rapid increase on online jobs, creating a second or even third stream of income for people. Virtual training brought with it a possibility to improve employee performance and result in high productivity. An interesting article on trainingmag.com puts beautifully the impact virtual reality training has on industries. It mentions the potentiality virtual reality training can provide for organizations by constructing storylines in which workers can learn from by doing with zero consequence, allowing them to learn from the mistakes they made. 3 industries that can benefit from virtual training. Number 1, healthcare. Healthcare practitioners require hands-on experience, but it's quite impossible to be knowledgeable on everything. This is where virtual training comes in handy. Medical professionals can be taught the vast medical procedures with the minimum risk involved and learn how to better take care of patients. The benefits include cost reduction, decreased training time, easy to update and expand, and rapid employee orientation. The second industry, manufacturing. In manufacturing, a mistake can be very costly or have dire consequences. Instances like an employee may not entirely be familiar with certain machinery and potentially leading to injury. Not a very good look. Virtual training then steps in by creating the opportunity to master operating equipment, follow instructions, and monitor progress, preventing future accidents and possible fatalities. So the benefits include extending across the skill set gap. It lessens time to competency. It increases employee participation and retention and lowers financial impact. And last but not least, law enforcement. Needless to say, being a law enforcer means that your life's on the line every time you are on duty. And this raises the questions of just how adequately is one trained to handle any task that may arise. Virtual reality training empowers the professional to gain real-life situations without pressing danger, as well as minimizing the harm that may be caused to civilians nearby. The benefits include elevation in community education, because not all communities are alike. It refines police training, and simulations are closer to being realistic rather than staged. A large number of industries have begun introducing or are gaining the sense of virtual training for their respective fields. And interestingly, the virtual training and simulation market size is vastly expanding. According to alliedmarketresearch.com, the market size was valued at $204.41 billion in 2019 and is projected to reach $601.85 billion by 2027, as more and more industries become affluent with virtual training. The rise in awareness regarding virtual training and simulation positively drives the virtual training and simulation market growth. The future of virtual training is undeniably extraordinary. It's caused both amazing and uncomfortable changes in our lives that, however, prove necessary for growth. And as it evolves, so do we. COVID-19 may have brought about panic and dismay, but it also brought the opportunity to discover new ways to adapt as humans. to uncover new thinking patterns and reinvent our ways. It also brought forward technological adaptations that were projected to be far into the future due to slow pop culture change. Virtual training is one such thing that has been accelerated into the present and won't be going away anytime soon.